How's it going, everyone? I wanted to do a comparison between the cheapest Leatherman multi-tool that I own. This is the Leatherman Wingman versus the most expensive. This is the Leatherman Arc. Yeah, my Leatherman Arc came in at $249 now, 99, and this comes in at, I believe this is $59.99. It went up in price. I got it for like 39 bucks when it was on Black Friday. So that's cheap. Let's do a weigh-in. So this comes in, this is the Wingman, 6.786 ounces. Is that ounces? Yep. 6.786, and the Arc is 8.752 ounces. So the Wingman's actually lighter. The Arc comes in, it comes with a sheath, and it comes with this, the bits. So that's pretty cool. So it comes with more accessories, obviously. The Wingman, I don't believe I got any sheath. Maybe I did get a sheath, but it wasn't anything to talk about, really. So let's just look at the tool. You can see this has a lot of, flex and give, as you can see already. The pocket clip, it has movement a little bit. This has, it doesn't really move. It moves a little bit, but not as much as the Wingman, side by side. You have like a hammer surface if you want to use it. The pocket clip is very nice. I like the pocket clip on the Arc better. You can see, they have the same, I think they have the same torque to remove the outsides if you need to. Usually the wing or the wave and the charge have the security bits, but this does not look like it has a security bits. It's just the star, so star shaped. Let's look at the knives. Here you have the Leatherman MagnaCut blade, very nice. The best knife you can get on a multi-tool. Here you have a portion of serration and then just a straight blade. Looks like it's the same length, just different shape. I like how on the, you have all blade here. This one kind of misses out. I wish the blade went all the way to the edge, but I guess it's a safety concern. You get a thumb stud here too, so that's pretty cool. MagnaCut blade, like I said, this is probably 420 HC. It has play too. You can feel it side by side. This has a scissors. These scissors are decent, to be honest. So you got scissors on the Wingman. This has scissors as well. Spring wise, I think the Arc wins. You have more length. Look at that. On the I think this is bigger, the Wingman, but the spring feels a lot better on the Arc. So that's something to note. Reach wise, let me see here. About the same, but this just seems a little bigger to me. Quality wise, obviously the Arc wins. So you only have two tools on the outside on the Wingman. I like the Wingman. Then the inside, let's see. Spring loaded, which a lot of people are loving on the Wingman. I don't really care. A lot of people love it. These are the worst pliers I've ever had. You can see they don't even touch. Right here, the wire cutters, I mean. And I think they go side by side. Yeah, you can see that. See the play there? Goes side by side. But it still functions, the tips, So that's something to note. Here, there's no interchangeable pliers too. Here, you can open it one-handed. These touch, you can see they're touch, and you can use to remove that if you had to. They're carbide tips, I believe, that you can remove. At least these touch. I did replace the, you know, these cutting blades with the Leatherman Free P2 or P4, so that's something to note. This seems fatter too, but pliers, I would have to give it to, you know, the Arc, obviously. And let's see here, we'll get the inside tools. This is something I really, really like. Oh, something to note is these are slip joints, so they don't lock, the inside tools. But I do love that package opener. It works great, honestly. It's pretty sharp, and it tears packages really, really nicely. So that's like a specialty tool. Then you got a file, which is kind of useless to me, but you can do, like, you know, screws and bolts, small ones, and a flat screwdriver, so it's a multi functional. And then here you have the bottle opener, can opener combo with a wire stripper here. And then here, these lock. These actually lock, which is nice. So you got the, I believe that's the can opener. I like the Eagle Claw too. That works really well. So you got that. This you have the functional, you know, 2D bit driver. I do like that. You can, the only thing I don't like is it has movement there. Let me see here. So if you flip it around, you got this. I mean, this works okay. It's 2D, but if you break this for any reason, you'll have to send it into warranty. If you break the tip, this you can just, you know, replace, put a new one in. So that's pretty nice. And then, yeah, so that has that. And like I said, it doesn't lock. It just has a slip joint. You can see right there how it just pops in. And then this has the slip joint as well, but it has the flathead screwdriver, which you can just turn around and put a flathead on that. So that's pretty cool. And then if you flip this around, you got the flathead screwdriver here. It's pretty beefy. And then you got a bottle opener, I guess you could call it. Then you have, this is, I would consider this the specialty bit driver, micro driver. I love that. Let's get a close up. Micro bit driver there. And that's great for, it has a Phillips on one side and then a flat on the other. So you can do like small tasks like toys and stuff like that. And then last but not least, you got the awl. See the awl there? It's very small length, but it'll do the job, so that's pretty cool. Things I'm missing is the file. You have, let me see here. We'll compare the two. You have a really, really dainty file here versus, you know, the Arc is an awesome file. And you have a diamond coated file on the Arc, so that's cool. You have a file down here too, but you can't really, I mean, it's not much surface you have to use the file there as opposed to this whole length basically. And that's crisscross, I believe. Let's see if I can get in there. Yeah, crisscross file. So you got a lot there. We already talked about the scissors, and last but not least is the saw, which this does not have. So you have a nice saw there, decent size. So that's pretty cool. This you can just kind of play around with, one-handed, which is awesome. So you can access everything one-handed with that. This, you can't really do too much one-handed besides, you know, get the knife if you wanted to, or the scissors. It'd be kind of hard. Yeah, it's very hard. So there's only two tools on the outside for this one, as opposed to you got 4 tools on the outside on this, and then you can kind of get all the tools just from, you know, getting it. But the inside is basically, you know, the nice pliers. And then here, it's spring loaded. I love the spring loaded. I think that's awesome. But you can see how it doesn't even touch. Look at that gap there. So it's probably the shittiest wire cutters I've had on a multi-tool. And you can see this moves side by side. Does the arc move side by side? I don't believe so. Nope, it won't. And the tips. There's the tips. Yeah, the tips are fatter here as opposed to this fine point on the arc. So yeah, just wanted to do a comparison between a cheap Leatherman versus the most expensive, well, that I have, Leatherman. I mean, they have collector's items, Leatherman as well, like Garage. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up's much appreciative. You can see, you can feel the quality difference too. So I guess you get what you pay for in this instant. I wasn't, you know, I paid $39.99 on Black Friday. I think it might have been even cheaper, like $34.99 or something. Black Friday on this Leatherman Wingman. They had a sidekick as well at Home Depot when they were selling it. And this is coming in at $249.99. A lot more expensive. And yeah, so I just wanted to take a look at the differences between a cheap Leatherman versus an expensive Leatherman. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, guys.